Hey everyone, I'm Ultima456, you're the Ultimates, and welcome to episode 5 of Let's Platinum Lies of P. Alright, let's start by continuing talking to Vanini.
Then my eyes do not deceive me. I never imagined I'd actually see it again, and in the flesh, so to speak. I just designed it, set it aside, and never got back to it. Genius and acclaim can keep one quite preoccupied, I'm afraid. You are really interested in the arm, I see. Then, my friend, you shall have it. It just needs a few mechanical adjustments to fit your, particular needs. And frankly, this design is almost child's play to me now, so let's start by making it a bit stronger, shall we? I will also add what we brilliant inventors call modularity. That means it will be much easier to improve and repair since you'll be able to use commonly found parts. You might say this arm's new abilities are, legion. No? Too much? It was too much. I always welcome friends. May I be of service?
Alright, so we can now do a couple of things with him. Let's have a look at the grindstone. So there's no reason to have it with nothing, so let's add the flame grindstone. We pretty much won't be able to use this for a while because you need to use a weapon that doesn't already have innate fire or electric on it, so yeah, but let's put it on anyway. Talk, and let's ask him about Pulcinella and then the puppet frenzy.
Of course you're curious. Pulcinella has been restored thanks to you. In a small way. Mostly it was me, but you know, genius never rests. Except for beauty rest. Pulcinella isn't just my butler. He's my family. The only one I have left, really. I won't forget what you've done for us. If you ever need anything or find yourself in a spot of trouble, call on your friend Vanini.
Alright, we get this swagger gesture. Let's use that right now, actually, before I forget. Did I even... Stalker's Promise, don't worry, because we're going to use that later. I don't think I ended up using Fear. Let's try that one. And then... Swagger. I just realized I forgot to read them. Okay. Perform the fear gesture. Do not reject fear. Those who know fear are able to deliver greater horror to their enemies. Perform the swagger gesture. One of the iron-bound rules of the alleyways. Never strut around if you don't have a weapon on hand. Alright, what else do you say, Vanini?
I always
Puppet frenzy.
No one, not even I, know what started the puppet frenzy. Why? That day of all days. It was horrible. A violent rampage of murder and mayhem that is seared into my memory for all time. And it was never supposed to happen again. I made sure of it. Designed a few special parts to ensure they'd remain loyal. Puppet armies do not arise by chance. There was intent behind this. I don't want to leap to conclusions, but the only one I know with that kind of power is the King of Puppets himself. We need to learn how this happened.
Alright, so... yeah, that's it. So he talked about the King of Puppets. If we read that note from last time... the once faithful puppet now kills humans. It creates puppets instead of fire. It obeys something else other than humans. It's as if someone is controlling it, or it has a mind of its own, as if there's a king of puppets somewhere. So Vanini has confirmed that there is a king of puppets. Let's have a look here at this device. So we can switch our Legion arm out. We have the puppet string and the full minus, and also the left arm of steel. We can craft a new Legion arm, which we should do. We can craft the flamberge, a Legion arm full of burning flames. When its muzzle is opened, it burns the enemies before you. Let's absolutely do that using the high-powered flame amplifier that we got from defeating Fuoco. We can actually also upgrade it once, not on this screen, but we can. We can get Wave of Fire, increases the fire attack range. We could get Deus Ex Machina, but we need a Legion plug for that. We could get Pandemonium. We also need a Legion plug. Aegis. And Falcon Eyes. These ones do different things. I will talk about them later. Let's modify Legion Arms. So we can get Trace. Okay, Trace, I believe, in that case is the... Yeah, I was having trouble figuring out how to pull yourself towards an enemy. I believe you need Trace in order to do that. I don't usually get Trace. I usually actually use the Flamberge. So I'm going to increase the fire attack range here with the first Legion caliber. Let's go ahead and do that. But I'm not going to use the Flamberge just yet. I will equip it when it becomes more useful. For now, let's talk to Pulcinella, who is Vanini's puppet butler.
Buongiorno, and welcome to the House of Vanini. I am Master Vanini's Major Domo, Pulcinella, at your service, sir. The House of Vanini carries only the finest in luxury merchandise. I believe you'll find all items to be both superior quality and distinguished provenance. I am certain you will be able to find something that suits you, sir. At the House of Vanini, even priceless things have a price. Every item is a treasure of distinguished quality and superior provenance.
Alright, let's see what we can buy. He's got a motivity crank, a technique crank, an advanced crank. He's got a balance crank, which essentially restores the weapon handle adjustment. Let's see, it just says it restores a weapon handle's previous properties. That's pretty much the difference here. He's got the electric blitz grindstone, which pretty much does the same thing as the fire, but it gives the weapon electric blitz. And he's got some workshop union fiber reinforced liner, multi-layer liner, and spaced armor liner. So let's buy all of these. We're also going to buy the advanced crank, and we're almost going to use that. In fact, I may use it. Does he say anything else?
At the House of Vanini.
No, he just says the same thing. Alright, cool. Let's go over here.
I know my way around a weapon. Want me to look at something?
I just realized, hang on, alter handle. Okay, alter handle. You can bring Eugenie cranks to alter weapon handles. Each handle's property upgrades based on your character's default abilities. You can change this property and grade one time with a handle alteration. However, you can always reset it with a balance crank. I just realized something. If I do it with this one, it goes to A. That's pretty good. I'm not going to do this on my electric coil. It's actually far more worth it to do it on the salamander blade. But I'm also... actually... No, it might not even be worth it to do it on that. I just realized. Okay. Technically, I could use it here. I'll hold off. I'll hold off for a little bit. Instead, let's upgrade weapons. We got so many more hidden moonstones, so let's bump this up to 3. And while we're here, I'm going to up this twice, because we will use it. Still a little while away, but we're definitely going to use it. And now I only need one more. So leave it like that for now. She doesn't say anything new, right? Talk? No. Okay. Even ask for something else was highlighted there, but she doesn't say anything new. Does Sophia say anything new?
I'll use my power.
No. Oh, yes.
I'll use my power.
We can talk to her about her power.
I am able to wield ergo. They call me a listener because I can hear ergo. I inherited the power from my mother, who hated it, called it the devil's power. So I kept it a secret that I could talk to puppets. Now you are the only one my voice reaches. So I beg you, please save Krat.
Okay, cool. And then the other thing that we need to do is let's head to Geppetto, and he'll tell us about the next area that we're supposed to go to, which I believe is called St. Frangelico's Cathedral. Let's go over here. Do we have any quartz? I have 2. Okay, we can use that too. Let's talk to him.
Remember, I didn't design every puppet in Krat. It is not surprising that some puppets broke away from the Grand Covenant. I've no idea how many. I remember a few ergo puppets behaving according to their own volition before the frenzy. That wasn't our intention. They were never designed to act that way. But if a puppet starts acting on its own, does that mean the puppet has free will? Or is someone else controlling the puppet?
Okay, so he didn't create all of them. He noticed a few puppets with a few ergo puppets that started exhibiting signs of free will, and he's questioning everything.
The city of Krat. It's probably not how you remember it, eh? Ask me any questions, and I'll fill in the gaps.
Okay, so we learned about Vanini Works. Let's talk about St. Frangelico Cathedral, our next destination.
The cathedral is famous for its wise and kind Archbishop, Andreas. He offers sanctuary to countless refugees there. The thing is, I've lost touch with him. Perhaps no news is good news, but I'm a suspicious sort. And if the puppets push towards the cathedral, it could be devastating. Go save the Archbishop and the refugees before it's too late.
Alright, cool. We'll do that. And let's hop in the chair real quick. We'll use our 2 quartz, we'll level up, and then we'll go. Let's go ahead. I mean, out of all these, obviously the amulet is pretty good, but the amulets that we get early in the game are not that great. We don't really need to use a 3rd one just yet. So I'm going to go for pulse cells here. And as you can see, we've opened up the 2nd level of like synergistic abilities, I guess you could say. Enhanced weapon attack when durability is at its maximum. So this is good because like if you stay on top of your durability, then it'll do more damage on the first hit, but it's only a single hit. So yeah, at least from how I interpret that. Enhanced weapon attack when discharged, so when you use a pulse cell you get a boost in attack, that's pretty good. Enhance ambush stagger attack, so enhances the stagger attack of dodge attacks and dash attacks. Also pretty good, but this is my favorite. Enhances destruction damage to enemies when a perfect guard is successful. Let's go with that. Okay, next one. Enhances pulse cell recovery, so more refill with HP per pulse cell, that's pretty good. Lowers guard regain reduction 1. Yeah, so it reduces the amount of guard regain you lose when you get hit, I think. Lowers the damage of charge attack and fable attacks. That's confusing, you have to read the bottom part. So lowers the damage received when you're using charge attacks or fable arts. Enhances resistance to attribute status ailments. Yeah, it's fine. Lower legion consumption in a crisis. So when your HP is low. Reduce stamina consumption from dash. This is actually a lot better than it seems. I don't know, like it actually reduces it by quite a substantial amount. Lower weapon durability consumption for ambush attacks, that's good too. And lower the stamina consumption of all actions when pulse cells are discharged. And the last one, increase consumable effect duration, special grindstone effect duration, that's pretty good too. Lower ergo loss upon death, and enhance fable catalyst effects. I think I actually want pulse cell recovery. I think that's best. Since we've got so many pulse cells already, we want them to be able to restore as much health as possible. Okay, cool. Almost time to go. Let's go level up at Sophia and we will continue.
I'll use my power.
So level up, I can get 2 levels. I will put them in Vigor and Capacity? Yeah, Vigor and Capacity. And then also I'm going to equip... So the way these work is basically they all do the same thing. So an inner layer that absorbs physical damage, reduces damage from slash attacks. A defensive liner made by the Workshop Union. The material and structure presented themselves as the standard to rival workshops. So this reduces the physical damage from slash attacks. This is from pierce attacks, and this is from strike attacks. It doesn't really matter which. I guess I'll put this one on, and we'll keep it going like that. Cool. Okay, let's go. Oh, hang on, before we go. One quick thing before I forget. Head over to the training ground so we can refill our Fable. Come on. There we go. I don't know what makes that happen, if it's like a time thing or if you just have to stand still for a second. It's confusing. Okay, let's go to back to the center of Vanini Works. That's where we last left off, so that's where we can continue. Alright, moving on to another area now. The next boss is going to take a while to get to. I would say that I should be able to reach it maybe towards the end of the next episode, depending on how well I manage to pull off the next parts. One thing I can quickly talk about is I actually think one of the reasons why I haven't been playing like as well as I thought like I would because of my practice is I think so there's some options on the PS5 that allow you to play games at like higher frame rates, up to like 120, or they have variable refresh rates around like 80, and I think I was playing at that level without realizing it, and so I think my timings are a little bit off when it comes to perfect guarding, so I think that's why I've been having a little bit of trouble. Okay, pull this guy. We now go into a completely different part of Krat, and we're going to try and get through it. Nice. I don't often use the puppet string, but when I was practicing recently, I put on the flamberge before this area, and I was like, wait, this is useless. The puppet string is the best here. Now there's a puppet playing possum behind this thing. Make sure you take him out first. Floating pickaxe. That's cool. Okay, roll. Watch out for the explosive barrels. I didn't really point them out, but watch out. There's another puppet here. Boom! Okay, good block. I actually went for the perfect guard there, but missed the timing. Gemini's iron protection. This part's not too bad, but it can be tricky to get through without, like, dying. Alright, let's see. So there's a puppet down here, which you can plunging attack. But there's one over there that I want to take out first. Oops. Okay, good. Oh! He almost got me. Yeah. Cool. Get this guy here too. Dodge, dodge. You'll notice that like my first attack there did 271, and then what was it? 30. Actually, that's weird. I was gonna say something, but now it kind of doesn't make sense. Let me try again. 236, and then 270. Yeah. Okay. Cool. We can almost work that out. So 236 and then 270. That would be an increase of 40. 40 is about 15%, so maybe... Excuse me, I just had to cut out a cough. Maybe when an enemy gets affected by electric blitz, they take about 15% more damage. That seems to be about right in terms of the math. The first time they took 230 because they weren't electric blitzed. The second time they took 270 because that's an extra 40, which should be about a sixth of 100, which is close to 15%, something like that. What did I just pick up? Oh, the weapon. Alright, let's have a look. Big pipe wrench head and big pipe wrench handle. The head of a large pipe wrench made by Vanini Company. There are signs that the discarded tool was used as a weapon. When the puppets suddenly attacked, technicians scrambled to make weapons. In need of something powerful, they looked toward the pipe wrench. The handle of a large pipe wrench made by Vanini Company. It was made with sturdy parts so that it can endure substantial weight. They were technicians, not warriors. Unfortunately, none managed to wield a blunt weapon properly until every last one of them was killed. Alright, I'm not going to jump down, I'm actually going to climb down. And we're going to take this guy out. Bam. Bit of ergo fragment. Alright, now we're almost through this area. Almost missed this item here. Hidden moonstone. Don't want to miss that one. Okay, and I believe... Is it behind this? Yeah, there's a puppet behind this sort of wooden barrier, so avoid him. You can get a vivid ergo fragment, and here we can get the game's very first Dark Moon Moonstone of the Covenant. So we're going to be able to find special weapons like the Azure, what is it? Azure Dragon Crescent Glaive very soon, and and we can upgrade them with nice, with those items. Damn it! Come on, come on. Nope. Okay, there we go. I was like, I may as well try and go for it. Nice. Okay, I took one big hit, I think, but I managed to get it. Oh, we got the Carrier's Amulet. This is a staple of Dark Souls stuff. Increases weight limit. The puppets walked and walked. They saved their final step for the barren swamp, the puppet's grave. So it increases the amount of weight limit you get. You'll notice that at the top of the screen where it has the weight limit. So if I wear this, it goes down to 50%. If I wear this, it goes down to 52, or it stays at 52. This is 52. You can't really read it. It's a bit fuzzy, but I'm pretty sure it's supposed to say error. And the reason it does that is because the game, I don't know, it might be actually more story based, just based on something that I noticed, but I'll try and mention it later. It also might just be the way they designed it. It makes sense. It's like, well, you won't be able to tell until you use it, because if you do use it, it'll just it'll change to like what the new weight limit is.
Bodies? Could they be from Moonlight Town? Whoa, did puppets do this?
Alright, so we are nearing, we're at the, we're heading to Moonlight Town. And again, there's a ton of dead bodies around. Nice, got a perfect guard there. I think I explained it before, but that attack can be sort of multi-perfect guarded, if that makes sense. I'm going to stay on this side. I'm going to grab that, and I'm going to stay on this side. Trying to remember how this works. Okay, now there's a bit of an ambush here. There's a lot of puppets. So I'm going to try and grab this guy. It's one of the first times I missed. I believe there's a puppet in here. He runs out with the arm. Okay. Ah. Okay, good. I wonder if I can pull him down. Let's try. Come here. Yay. It worked. Okay, a saw blade, which I think we got before. We did get before, but did I read it? Hang on. I just realized. A saw blade that can be thrown. An enemy who is hit by it will receive continuous slash damage. Some throwable weapons boast great destructive power on their own. When combined with the strength of puppets, nothing more needs to be said. Yeah, so this is slash damage. This is piercing damage. This might be strike damage. This one must be strike, yeah. Strike damage with the chain. Okay. And then obviously, what's the other one? I was going to say arcane. Advance. Okay. Alright, anything back here? Don't think so. No, and no. But I think there's something in this house. No? Okay. It's hard to remember this even though I've done it a few times now. Alright, this bridge will break. Let's see if I can do the same thing I did before. Ooh, hey! That's interesting. Why did the other one break when I pulled the guy off? Whee! Yeah, you can jump across, but it's actually better to fall. Take a little bit of damage, but it's alright. Resplendent Ergo Fragment. How many of these, like, how are we doing? We've got Dim, Vivid, Radiant, Resplendent, Dim Ergo Chunk, and Radiant Ergo Chunk. So 100, 300, 500, 7... yeah, that was our first 700 one. There's a 1000 and a 2000. Cool. Okay, we've got another butterfly incoming. Hang on, before I fight it. The light on. Just a couple. Oh, there's two here. Ah! Oops. Alright, Crescent Moonstone. That's actually good. That's our first level 4 upgrade. It's what we need to pump it up to level 4 and beyond. We got 2 of them. Awesome. Alright, let's head into this little crypt, almost. Like a really small crypt, and find the Moonlight Town guide. Moonlight Town is the lowest place in the city, where pilgrims prepare for their journeys. Since Saint Frangelico met the one-winged angel, no, not Sephiroth, and founded the church, Moonlight Town has become known as the place where pilgrims are lifted to the cathedral by pulley and prepare for their pilgrimages. Andreas's reputation was at its peak when he was appointed as a priest. At the time, Krat was only a poor country town, but Andreas didn't mind and devoted himself to taking care of the people. They were even saying that Saint Frangelico himself had returned. Moonlight Town actively helped the priest's good deeds and always acted together as colleagues who delivered the word of God. The decision to accept the alchemists from outside and revive Krat was made in Moonlight Town. After all, it was the birthplace of the Krat we know today. Today, we have cable railways instead of pulleys, and the city of the future instead of a country village, but our virtues remain unchanged. Just like how the angel wrapped Saint Frangelico in his wings when he fell in the cold, people should help each other. The place lower than any other, Moonlight Town, is proof that virtue is still here. Okay, so yeah, Moonlight Town was sort of like the beginning of, I guess, Krat being created, and the pilgrims make their journey. It makes sense, like start from the lowest point to go higher and higher. But now, based on what Moonlight Town looks like, it's sort of largely been forgotten, I think, from what we can see, and overrun by puppets again. One downside about the guard regain is, like, if you make your weapon really strong, you'll defeat the enemies very quickly and then won't be able to take advantage of all the guard regain. But it's okay, not a big deal. Alright, we're doing pretty well here. Got some birds running away, or flying away rather. Good. There's a couple of enemies in here, yeah. This is a very, like, I don't know, Resident Evil 4-esque. Yeah, it is actually, now that I think about it. Resident Evil 4-esque area. In both, like, the design and even this little, like, trap area. It would fit right in. Okay. 1, 2. Damn it. That's weird. I pressed L1, but I was facing away from him. Legion magazine, nice. Might actually pop that. I'm trying to think if there's any more enemies coming up. We'll see. In here, we find the Workshop Union Standard Corrosion Resistance Converter. So it says the same thing as the other one. This one just enhances your resistance to decay. And yeah, that's pretty much the same thing. Gives you a very slight more... Usually I just pop it on, because it's a very tiny bit more physical damage reduction. But I'm trying to think... What did I have over that? There's not real much overheat or electric blitz in this area, so we'll put that one on. Alright, yeah, so just to explain that area, you go in here, a gate closes, you defeat all those enemies, and then you can come out the other side. Ah yes, okay, now I believe... Okay, we're up to here. There's one item here. It's a Demergo fragment, I don't think there's anything else. And now we have another very important decision to make. So let's go ahead and make it. And before I do, I just want to absolutely triple check. Yes, okay, cool. So let's go over here and talk to this. This looks like the Black Cat, but it's not. I forget this one's name. Let's talk to them.
Do you want to go up, child? I'm sorry, but the train isn't in service anymore. The cathedral isn't the sanctuary it once was. The people who went up there never returned. I still don't know what happened, but I do know this. The cathedral is off limits. Forever. If you're determined to pass, you must prove your identity. Who are you? Are you a stalker?
Alright, we have another option here. We need to give the stalker's greeting.
Interesting. I thought all the stalkers died when the workshop tower collapsed. As for me, I'm as good as dead. A sinner who lost everyone I ever loved. I have no right to stop someone as determined as you. Please be safe up there.
Okay, now you notice how it says the Ergo is whispering there? Before, it used to say that your springs are reacting, so we've actually sort of elevated ourselves to a different level of humanity. I believe that's what indicates that, because we'll get different messages later in the game as well. Alright, cable railway key. A key obtained from the Atoned. It moves the cable railway that goes to St. Frangelico Cathedral. At one point, the cable railway was a sacred train that transported pilgrims to St. Frangelico Cathedral. Now it is a train that takes one to the land of the dead. Okay, the other thing to mention is the Stalker's Promise is a gesture. It's right here, and it's the one that we got for defeating the survivor in Vanini Works. So if for whatever reason you don't have it, that's where you can get it. Alright, let's open this and head up. Nothing else that we can do. Made it all the way here. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard the Pilgrim's Cable Railway. Now, those of you who joined us in Moonlight Town, we hope your preparations for the Pilgrim's journey are well underway. Fascinating town, Moonlight, just fascinating. Back in the day, the only way to reach the cathedral was using a rope and pulley. So, thanks for building it on a cliff, St. Frangelico. I kid. Frangelico, wonderful saint, wonderful. Anyway, next stop, the Bridge of Atonement. While you atone there, don't miss a magnificent view of beautiful Krat. It's been my pleasure, friends, and enjoy the rest of your journey. I've been your captain on this ride, Gemini! Well, not bad, huh? Oh, I really am good at this. When in doubt, let Gemini be your guide. You look annoyed. What'd I do? I'm sure it's fine. Let's get a move on, pal.
Okay, let's see. You are something tomorrow. Get the most loyal servant. A woman with a what looks like a male butler puppet. Always check the quality of ergo. Always check production facilities. Alright, before we move any further, I'm going to swap to my salamander blade. And we're going to get a stargazer here.
Something's off. Do you see that over there? I recognize dead puppets, that's to be expected, but what is that?
Alright, this is the Path of Misery. Let's repair the stargazer. I think there's is it a dim ergo fragment behind us? Vivid, okay. And let's get a cutscene by walking up here.
No idea what those things are, pal. Approach with caution.
Okay, let's puppet string this thing. Poke, poke, poke. Alright, we killed it. Before we continue, I'm going to, oh good, we have enough for 2. Let me think for a second. How many hidden moonstones do we have? Just enough. Okay, we're gonna head, wait, unless I don't think I can upgrade here. Alright, teleport, go back to Hotel Krat. We're going to do a couple things before we move on. This is the introduction of a new enemy type. We will soon find out that these guys are called carcasses, and I will sort of talk about how they work and how they came to be as the game goes on, when it starts like revealing a bit more information, because I'm pretty sure I know how it works. Hopefully, we'll see. Alright, go here to Eugenie.
I know my way.
Upgrade weapon. Put 4 hidden moonstones into the salamander blade, and then use one of your crescent moonstones to also push it up to level 4. Cool. We could do the altar handle to get more damage, but I'm actually going to save it, at least for a little while, until we get another, until we get another advanced crank.
You're changing somehow. That is how you are unique. You can go beyond a puppet's limits. I don't even know if Geppetto is aware of this. Learn from how humans behave, how they feel. Even lie if you must. Those lies may change you, may rewrite reality. Lies are a weapon used by humans who thrive in a world of deception.
Alright,
I'll use my power.
so let's level up, and then I'll talk about that, because I realized something. That's good. Let's put a point in advance, and then we need another 600. Gosh, that's a lot. Let's put this much. Nice, okay. Put a point in advance and put a point in vigor. Good. We really want that advance because now our Legion, our Salamander Blade is based on advance. You can see here, where is it? It's got a B ranking in advance, so a lot of its damage is going to come from our advanced stat, which is really good. I believe we're done. I just have to think. Yeah, I think the only other thing we want to do is probably switch our Legion arm now to the Flamberge, because it's also based on advance, and we're going to have a lot of fire. A Legion arm full of burning flames. When it's flames inflict more pain on those with blue blood. This may be because it makes them remember when they were once human. Okay, cool. So that's a bit more information. So these carcasses were once human. I wonder how that works. If everyone was killed by the puppet frenzy, where are these humans coming from? Or where are these like humans that they used to be coming from? We'll figure that out as we go along. Alright, so making good progress. I'm just trying to think. So Flamberge, we got to get through this part. Yeah, okay. It's pretty straightforward at this point. So the reason that Sophia said that is because when we made that decision with the Atoned about giving the Stalker's Promise, it said the Ergo's Whispering, so we got to the next level of humanity, and that's why she said we're changing. So I finally realized that. It took me so long, so many times, and like reading and watching videos and everything to fully understand that. It's funny because like when I do these guides, I don't always fully understand when I'm ready to actually start recording, but then when I start recording, it's like, okay, now I can like really pay attention to everything that's happening at exactly each time. There's a little message here when you investigate. It says carcasses are weak to fire. That means their bodily fluid is also I don't know, explosive or something like that. It's a bit weird. The Salamander Blade is a pretty good weapon. It attacks really fast, and its only downside is its short range. So we're going to go around here. Actually, what is the best way to do this? You know what? I think I know what the best way to do this. I don't usually do it this way, but I think it's actually better to do it this way. Stick to the left. Defeat this enemy. Oh, there's no enemy here. Okay, we got 2. Let's Flamberge it up, baby. As you can see, the Flamberge did some overheat damage and caused one of them to burn, and they slowly took a damage over time effect. So that's good. You can also do a backstab. You can try a few different attacks. R2 has some more slashing type attacks. Slashing and piercing. Okay, that breaks, which sucks, but that's okay. Yeah, a lot of enemies here, but they go down pretty quick. They are fast. The advantage you have is that once you know that they're fast, you just need to be faster. And the Salamander Blade is perfect for that. So that's why I always use this weapon for this area. You wouldn't want to be attacking these guys with Electric Blitz. It's just not gonna work too well for you. Okay, let's defeat this guy. Yeah, see how he like kind of stood there for a second, made a bunch of noise, and then started rushing at me? Yeah, just immediately cancel that. When Saint Frangelico falls and breathes his last breath, the angels of God will look after him. A lot of religious stuff there. Religious stuff is always the most difficult to interpret.
What's their problem? Wait, their bodies are strangely altered. I don't know what's going on, but keep those eyes of yours open.
Okay, let's quickly defeat this guy. And there's you. 1, 2, 3. Only takes 2 stabs to set them on fire. Fortunately, you can block their first attack and then attack them 3 times with R1 to get your guard regained, so that's good. We also have 2 new abilities on this weapon. One is called Ignite and the other is called Retreating Stab. So Ignite greatly increases the fire attack temporarily. That's really good. And Retreating Stab is stab an enemy in front of you and quickly move backward. I believe you actually like do a backflip essentially. You do this really, really fast attack and then you do this humongous backflip, and it creates a decent amount of distance between you and the enemy. It is useful. I don't use it too much, but it is useful. Okay, there's a fire abrasive there. What's this here? Woman's Prayer. Alright, this is an important one. Let's read it. God, I pray with all my heart. Please withdraw your wrath from Krat. Just as you enveloped Saint Frangelico with angel's wings, please save us as well. If the judgment was unavoidable because of our corruption, please at least spare my child your wrath. This baby has done no wrong. Please, let my Charlotte enter heaven. If there's anyone who finds this place, please pray for us and know that there was desperate sadness here. Alright, Charlotte. Where have we heard that name before? If we go down here to the Frozen Man's letter, my Louise and Charlotte, my treasure. I can't hear anything. I think the streets are already dead. Nothing but silence. I assume that I too will become just another petrified corpse soon. I still remember the sound of your singing voice and the sight of Charlotte looking at picture books. I miss all of it. The best thing I did when I was alive was send you and Charlotte to the Cathedral for shelter. I wish this nightmare was all over, if only you and the kid could come back, but I guess now it's impossible. I love you, Louise. I pray that you're safe there. So that's the Frozen Man's letter, and then this is the wife. So she said that basically there's terrible stuff going on at St. Frangelico, and the baby is still alive, but she's praying that she's going to stay that way. So that's a cool little connection there. If we go up to this statue, we can investigate it, and it says, "Pray, you who are exhausted and injured." Unfortunately, we don't have the option to pray right now. Maybe we'll get something later. Let's head over here first. Yeah, making decent progress. We should get to the boss in the next episode. I thought it would take a little bit longer, but we're doing well, making good time. Haven't died again yet in a little while. Alright, and down here we meet a new NPC. This guy has, let's talk to him and see what he says. Before we do that, let's quickly grab this. Fortunately, this isn't one of those games where it's like, great, you just steal my treasure. The Belford Brake cartridge, and let's read what this says as well. The Belford Brake cartridge, so this protects us against break. Break is not something that comes up very often, but because it has that very slight bit more physical damage reduction, I think I'll keep it. Shock is also not something that comes up very often either, so I'll just pop that on. What else did I get? Nothing. Okay, let's read this. You will rise up and look after the land of God. When the angel spreads its wings and embraces the saint, and the cold is forgotten. Okay, let's talk to you.
Mercy, I beg you, don't kill me. I thought you were from the organization. Never mind. My name is Janjo. I'm a pharmacist. Yes, pharmacist. I'm looking for the legendary gold coin fruit. I was able to use medicine to slow the infection spread. I have the petrification disease, and I need a cure. Sorry, I ramble when I'm nervous. Read this. It'll explain things faster than I can.
Alright. Janjo gives us I looked up how to read this name. I forgot. Guil. The A-U-M-E is not exactly as it's pronounced. You know what, I want to get this right. Hang on a sec. Okay, I'm back. I believe it's Guillaume, and I think it's the French version of Julian. Guillaume's ballad. Guillaume, the king's knight, found the shining tree on the rocky mountain. The tree's fruit resembles gold coins, and this fruit is a miraculous blessing. For many people who have recovered from different diseases and who have been able to escape the plague, the elated knight built a castle and called himself the Holy Knight. But remember, sojourners, miracles always have a price, no matter how captivating they may be. Okay, I've seen that sojourners before. I think it's like travelers, like nomads essentially. I think the journey part is journey, but I'm not 100% sure. I'll double check that off screen. Let's talk to Janjo again.
Many substances can be poisonous. The precise dose is what separates medicine from poison. The gold coin fruit might just be a myth. But in the midst of an epidemic, it might be our salvation. Can you let me know if you find it? I'll give you this by way of payment.
Okay, we got the cube and the recovery wish stone. There are various kinds of wish stones, which can be equipped to cubes. Using cubes consumes wish stones. You can equip a wish stone to a cube or replenish it through Gianjo or a stargazer. So let's have a look. You can equip a wish stone. There are different types there. Yep. Using a cube uses up a wish stone, but it recharges in storage when you revive or visit a stargazer. The people of ancient Krat knew how to bottle a wish upon a star. The wish stone could be put in a cube from a meteorite to display special powers. Yeah, a wish upon a star. That's the Disney reference right there. We also got a recovery wish stone, a mystical crystal that can be equipped to a cube. It imbues the cube with a special effect. A mystical crystal embedded with the wish of a star. When used, it can display a special effect. Okay, cool. Same thing. Talk to him again.
The people of ancient Krat knew how to bottle a wish upon a star. They claimed special powers after distilling the wish into a cube made from a meteorite. I don't know how it works. But it's said to react to someone who has ergo and grant them power. If you can help me with the gold coin tree, I'll give you more of this. Seems there's a new threat every day, friend. And no safe place in the world. No place to just take a breath. I'm headed to the St. Frangelico Cathedral. Perhaps find some peace there. If you find the gold coin tree, please find me there.
Okay, let's see if we can switch the cube's wish stone. So we need to equip this one. Let's do it. And can we talk to him about anything else? About the cube.
The people of ancient Krat, they claim...
Okay, for some reason.
Do you ever wish upon a star, Stalker? I hope this wish stone helps you with that.
Hang on, one more time.
The people of ancient... They claim special powers? I don't know how it works. But it's said to react to someone who has ergo and grant them power. You ever...
Okay. I think he basically said the same thing. Maybe there were a few extra lines at the end there. Okay, I don't really use the wish, but or the cube rather, but I'll try and use it this time. Maybe we'll get rid of the sawtooth wheel. I don't think we need it anymore. Where is this cube? This cube reminds me so much. You know what? I'll use it right now. This cube looks like the Herodric cube from Diablo 2. Let's see if I get full. I wonder how much it actually fills up, because now I'm too full to... it's still going. I have the effect. Alright, so we got a sort of mumbled message there, and if you were paying really close attention, you would have noticed that we were receiving mumbled messages during the boss fights as well. We can't understand exactly what the puppets are saying. You can almost work it out, but that's something there, yeah. Alright, let's take these guys out. Ignite! Hurrah! Puppets versus carcasses. Now the big boy is a little stronger than normal, so be careful. Ow. 1, 2, damn it. Try to heal. 1, 2, 3, 4. Attack, attack. Alright, we beat the big one. A little bit tougher than normal. Acid abrasive. Oh, acid abrasive is actually kind of rare. We haven't really come across that. It's not super useful right now, but maybe later. Yeah, my timing's all off because of the frames. I'm sure that's what it is. Alright, Team Ergo Fragment. This also looks very reminiscent of a Souls game. Look at this cathedral. Amazing. Attribute Purification Ampoule. Okay, cool. Let's enter the St. Frangelico Cathedral. Okay, another stargazer here. You can see there's a whole bunch of the blue liquid on the floor. I chose to go with a slightly different asset for that. Let's use the stargazer. We can switch the cube's wish stone, but we don't have any more at the moment. In fact, I used up the only one I had. And seeing as I did that, let's change this back to like a sawtooth wheel, just so it has something meaningful there. Let's read this book here. You who have sinned, repent with your tears. Only those who have cleansed their souls may move forward. Okay, you can see there's a big doorway here, but it's completely blocked with wood. There seems to be nothing else in this area. I feel like I'm about to fight Ornstein and Smo, or there's also a bit in The Evil Within that looks exactly like this cathedral, and there's one more. What's the other one? I'll think about it in a sec. Let's head back to Hotel Krat. We're almost out of time, but let's head back to Hotel Krat for a quick sec. What's the other one? Oh, it may not be exactly, but there's a bit in... I feel like there's a bit in Devil May Cry. Maybe like the very beginning of Devil May Cry 4, I think, takes place in a chapel that looks relatively similar to that. Okay, now that we're here, what did I want to do? I wanted to level... yes, I wanted to level, but the reason why is because... I'll show you in a moment. Let's get capacity, one more, and then we'll stick with Vitality, Vigor, and Advance for a little while, and then we'll finish off capacity. So the reason I wanted to do that is because if you come back here and then go back to St. Frangelico Cathedral Chapel, you get a very minor change. I don't know why they did it like this, but you get a very minor change. Decay increases the acid damage received by both your character and monsters. Inflicts continuous weapon durability and acid damage. Yeah, so that one's tricky to remember, but it has a secondary effect of dealing more weapon durability damage. Yep, there's Janjo. He did say he was going to go to the St. Frangelico Cathedral. It requires you to teleport, presumably to any other Stargazer and then back here, but Hotel Krat works. And that is Saint... they call him Saint? Yeah, Saint Andreas. He's completely covered in the blue blood. Let's talk to Janjo again. I don't think he says anything new though.
Gold coin trees are said to blossom when plague stalks the land. Perhaps they've already bloomed somewhere in Krat.
Okay, he does say something new, and you also get the wish stone, which I did not know about, so that's cool.
Gold coin trees?
Yeah, it says the same thing. Alright, cool. Let's, we only got like 8 minutes, but we can... where's the next... We may be able to get to the next Stargazer. It's a bit of a run. What was that? Holy crap, sign of things to come. That's what. Stained choir sheet music. The original score is unrecognizable because there's a sticky blue fluid over it. Someone wrote, "Angel, why did you abandon us? The cathedral scares me. I want to go home. Every night there is a monster crying in the basement. Even if I sing hymns, I can hear it in my ears. It'd be better if the Archbishop was with us, but he's busy praying. Angel, please hear our prayers. Help us go home, please." Okay, so it looks like there was a bunch of refugees here seeking refuge. So that's what refugees do. They seek refuge. Refuge. In case that wasn't obvious. Can I put any more sauce on it? Anyway, and they were here and they were hearing some, crazy noises. And they said that Andreas had gone down to the, what was it? The basement? They used the word basement? Yep, crying in the basement. The monster crying in the basement. He had gone down somewhere. I wonder who the monster could have been. Based on the context clues that we've received so far. Okay, Vividogo fragment. Drop down here. Actually, where is the next one? I don't have enough time to go through all of this, but I have to continue anyway because I've still got 7 minutes. Alright, let's see if we can get through this. This area is kind of tough. Especially to get through without dying, but I'm going to try. So the first thing you want to do, put your attribute resistance ampoule on so we can avoid getting decayed. And we're going to take out a few enemies. There's one carcass here. One thing you can do, if you get the backstab, you can actually prevent yourself from getting decayed, and it should... yeah, and it goes down very slightly as well because you've got the resistance. Quickly. Cat dust. Made it. Alright, cat dust is a new item for us. It goes here and it says temporarily reduces presence. A special dust that reduces your presence. When approaching from behind, it allows you to elude detection temporarily, but you can still be discovered by enemies with sharp senses or upon being caught in sight. A special dust that reduces your presence? That's interesting. Why does it use the same senses? Like a cat. It was said that stalkers enjoyed using it when spying on opponents. I forgot to point it out, but if you look at our grinder now, when you activate it, you press square to repair your weapon, but press L1 and square to activate the grindstone, which we cannot do because our salamander blade is already has innate fire. Okay, so this can get a little annoying. What we can do... Yeah, why not? Let's try it. I've got so many. Put the thermite on. And Colby. And then stay back for a second. Beautiful. And defeat you. Making it through this entire area and getting every single secret item in one go is pretty hard. So let's see if I can pull it off. I wish I had the time to get to a Stargazer, but I don't think it's going to happen. Okay, there's nothing there. Instead we're going to hold down here. Make sure you collect this item first, Radiant Ergo Fragment. Then drop down here. Wait for this guy to climb up. 1, 2, 3. Collect the hidden moonstone, and then do a running jump back to this side. Whee! You can always tell which way. Oh yeah, here's that blue blood monster again there. You can always tell which way to climb the ladder because they put that metal grate at on the side that you're supposed to climb it. Now this one, I want to use a thermite again, but I don't know how far away I can stand. Maybe something like this. Just block. Don't worry about your health too much. So with this you have to... I don't think there's a broken protrusion on this one, but you'll see what I mean in a moment. Grab a star fragment. There's another one over there. Attack, attack, attack. Throw. Beautiful. Stay away. I'm using the consumables because if I can get through without dying, it's better. Okay, so now all we have to do is cross this. Cross over here, and you'll see this one has a broken protrusion. Now we have to wait an eternity for the next one. You don't need to wait. Let's just quickly go. Yeah. Go to this side and collect this one. And then go this way. Okay, now this part can get a little tricky. I hate this bit. This is the bit where you have such a large chance to die. Okay, so you'll notice this like electric ball, right? It's rolling down and it's falling into this spot, and then it goes up and it falls back out. In order to actually get past this spot, I believe what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to start running. Am I gonna make this? Damn it. Okay, I'm gonna heal first. Okay, somehow I made it. I don't know how you're supposed to... Let me look at this again. Can you avoid it by standing here? Maybe that's what I was supposed to do. Avoid it by standing here. Let's try it. This is dumb. Okay, that's what it was. You're supposed to stay near these walls. Okay, thank God. At least I worked that out. Now, if you climb up here, it will be a dead end, but it's important to show it off so that you know about it. The ball will come rolling down, and you can quickly go here and hop in here. There's nothing else except the electric ball coming down. However, here is another Trinity door, but we don't have another Trinity key. So you need to remember that for later. You can technically forego using the Trinity key the first time, and you can use it on that door, but it doesn't really make a big difference. How long have we got? 1 minute. Alright, we'll just wait for the... yeah. I still think it's a little ways to get to the damn Stargazer. Okay, so we've got a few enemies to defeat here. This is one. We can actually fight the big one now. 1, 2, 3, 4. And dodge. Okay, good. You can use some flamberge if you want. Poke. It's not actually a terribly difficult enemy to fight, I just thought I would use thermite for the most part. Alright, let's read this. The Archbishop is dead. Those who are still alive must flee from the dead. Let's repair. Man, running out of time. Where are we going to come out? I forgot already. Grab this one, Demergo fragment. Okay, and we're here. Alright, so the game tells you to jump. So we're going to do that. Whee! Just made it. It also tells you to push this thing. Okay, that creates a much easier path to get through. And now the last thing we want to do, because I'm out of time, I want to cross over to here. Let's climb this here real quick. And then the other way is where well, this is a dead end, so I may as well get it. There's a carcass that's going to climb up there, but it's actually easier to defeat if you let it climb up. Okay, grab the Crescent Moonstone first. There should be nothing else here. You can drop down onto this, but there's no reason to. At least I don't think there is. I'm like fairly confident there's no reason to. We can drop down here. Yep. And then the main thing I want to do is collect this Legion magazine, and you want to press this button here, or pull this lever, and it will change. We didn't actually see this, so I should have showed it off, but shown it off, or showed. But it was from the bottom. So let's drop down, and then we drop down again. And then we drop down a third time, try and get the down attack. Nice, good reach there. That's bad. Okay, we got it. Grab this. I want to at least get to the ground floor again. Legion plug, hey, that's cool. Now we can use it to make it. A Legion plug is needed to craft Legion arms, which can be done at the Venini craft machine. Use Legion calibers to modify Legion arms. Okay, so that's good. Let's drop down a fourth time. And lastly, drop down here. And then drop down one final time. And now we have a shortcut all the way back up to the top. Okay, I'm going to have to stop here because it's... I don't have a Stargazer, but I need to stop. I'm out of time. So for now, I want to thank you all for watching episode 5 of Let's Platinum Lies of P. My name's Ultima456. You're the Ultimates. And I'll see you next time.